whiskey drinking man. I drink every day.
Welcome back to the Whiskey Watchers. I'm Jake.
And I'm Dan. We did that backwards.
It's so weird.
It is.
Welcome back to the Whiskey Watchers.
I'm Dan.
I'm Jake.
But that's okay.
Because today we're doing more watching than we are whiskeying. Because today's Pop Culture Day.
It's Pop Culture Day.
Yeah. And today we have a special one. We're picking something just off the shelf here.
I'm just grabbing something off.
That's low.
It
That's
needs
really low.
It needs to go away. This is one of my favorite Elijah Craig barrel proofs.
You know, I was eyeing that earlier. I know what it is.
And just like every pop culture episode, we're going to drink some whiskey. This one just so happens to be Elijah Craig barrel proof B519.
Yeah, it is.
Super, super delicious. And honestly,
seems like the bees take it every year.
We're just going to
kill it.
We're just going to man down it.
Oh, no. Black Hawk down. Elijah Craig down.
There we go.
Sad times.
Sad times, but good memories made with a great bottle. Before we get into the episode, cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Oh, yeah. You cannot be mad at that.
No, super tasty. The bees.
Always seem to take you.
I love the bees. C922 was great, but
I haven't opened mine yet.
Oh, it's so tasty, dude. So we're into pop culture this time. So, Mr. Pop Culture guy, let's
pop culture. So today we are doing.
Sit back.
Yeah, by all means, you just got to have your list ready. And by list, I mean the things we did.
It's right here.
Yeah,
it's in the old. Actually, one second, I gotta turn this hat around.
Turn the list around so you can see it.
I look really weird with my hat backwards.
So I had this idea, and it's one of those things that you have, and I had to write it down or take a note on my phone because I don't carry pen and paper with me everywhere I go. If I do, it's in a backpack, and I'm not going to stop everything I'm doing to unzip and
backpack.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing my Dora song and go after my backpack.
Dora.
Exactly. So
Dora.
That was a whole different thing.
Anyway.
So today we are doing non-Disney animated movies. In no particular order, our favorites. We did 3. We might get into more than that.
I probably won't because I'm not a pop culture guy. You could go all day.
I could guarantee you, I could name 3 or 4 right now that you would have and you would know.
You probably could.
I could bring Obi-Wan Kenobi into it and could bring it into one.
Clone Wars?
No, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, that's one, but Obi-Wan Kenobi and Jim. Or good Lord, Jim.
Earthworm Jim.
I know, right? Give me a second. Robin Williams. I don't know what Jim came from. Robots.
Oh, robots.
Yeah, dude. That's not animated. Or that's animated. It's 3D animated via CGI, but it's not Disney, and that's what we're here to talk about.
Truth. So, I guess you're in charge here, man. Why don't you start us off?
Do you want the oldest on my list, my favorite, or the one that gets me the most?
I just want your list, man. I'm really curious.
I'm going with the one that I know you the most. That I know you know the most. The Land Before Time.
I never watched it.
You never watched The Land Before Time?
I've never watched The Land Before Time. I'll be honest. I've seen a lot of commercials, a lot of trailers, but I've never watched The Land Before Time.
I own it on VHS. I'm so old. I found it on VHS at a yard sale and thought, I'm taking this. I don't care.
I'm just going to buy it. It's $1. I'm going to buy it.
It wasn't even $1. It was a flipping quarter. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's fine.
It is. I don't know what it is. I've realized this when I was younger. Steven Spielberg and movies with dinosaurs. The man has an obsession, and I'm on board with it. If he keeps making dinosaur movies, I'm game. He had Land Before Time, We're Back, A Dinosaur Story, if you know that one, which is not on my list. Had John Goodman in it as the T-Rex.
Okay.
A fantastic musical number. And then, of course, the Jurassic Park trilogy. The 3 biggest dinosaur movies I can think of. He was the producer, director, had a hand in it for sure. So I think just Steven Spielberg likes dinosaurs like I like dinosaurs.
Okay.
Probably a little more. The Land Before Time, yeah. you should definitely check that one out. I mean, first 5 minutes of the movie, I'm already like crying and crap. It's ridiculous. And then the rest of the movie is so good. It's beautifully animated.
Okay.
What do you got?
My first one, we're going to go way back in time, like before I was born. We're going to go OG Transformers, the movie, like Galvatron's creation, Unicron, Optimus Prime. Yeah, we're going that old. We're going Transformers! More than meets the eye. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Talking about a movie I've never seen before. It's weird.
What? Oh my gosh! You've never seen it?
I just know one song. You've got the touch. Stan Bush.
It's a good song. It's a great movie.
I think that might be the first time I've ever pronounced it Bush, because every time I say it, it's always Stan Bush.
Bush. He's a country boy, so he drinks the Bush Light.
It's Bush Latte. Thank you.
Bush Latte.
When I can find it.
Anyway, Transformers, the animated movie from 1986, I believe.
I believe you're correct.
Crucify me in the comments below if not. And speaking of comments below, why don't you take the chance to hit that subscribe button real quick? I mean, it
Tell
takes
us your favorite non-Disney animated movie.
takes like 5 seconds, and you help the channel out a whole lot. So, yeah, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share the video to all your lovely, old, retro, animated, non-Disney liking friends.
You don't even have to be just animated friends, you know? If you've got an animated friend,
if you have an animated
tell
friend,
them about this.
Tell them about it. Yeah.
If you don't, tell your other friends about this.
So, Transformers the movie, probably...
I've seen the cover so many times that I almost had it. I can't say I almost. I did have it as my wallpaper on my phone when I was younger.
It was my introduction to Transformers. Even though there were more modern day Transformers series out on like Fox or whatever, like Fox Kids or whatever, that was my true introduction to Transformers. That was my introduction to Optimus Prime, and I think Bumblebee was there. I
guarantee it.
Like Starscream.
It's Starscream.
Megatron, the creation of Galvatron at the hands of Unicron. Unicron needs to be brought back in the live-action movies. I'm sorry.
The live-action movies were my introduction to Transformers.
I'm sorry, but, you know, Unicron was such a huge character in the Transformers universe. Known as the creator, known as the destroyer of worlds, which, I mean...
Hey, wait a minute. That's DC tagline.
Well, still... It's worth your watch. It's worth your eye holes. It's worth your time to just sit back and watch a retro movie like Transformers, the animated movie.
Somebody who's like in their 40s. Retro? What the heck?
Retro? What the?
That was beautiful.
So, Jake, what do you have for your next one?
I've already said it once, so I'm going to say it again. The Iron Giant.
The Iron Giant.
Vin Diesel with his standard, if he's playing a creature, that like 3 lines he can say. You know, I am Groot.
I am Groot.
Souls don't die. You've never seen this movie either, have you?
I've seen the end of it where the dude, the robot just goes absolutely berserk and just destroys everything.
The story behind this movie is Brad Bird actually helped write this movie. And it was a baby. It was actually his introduction into directing as well. So this was the first movie he ever directed, which Brad Bird, if I could keep my phone from locking, like a non-imbit. Ratatouille, The Incredibles.
Okay.
Yeah, he directed those. A big Disney guy. This was his pre-Disney days.
Let's say, was this like pre-Disney or did he like...
Oh, yeah. So whenever he brought this movie to light, his whole theory was his sister had just died due to gun violence.
Okay.
And his theory, his movie pitch was, what if a gun had a soul and did not want to be a gun? So there you have the Iron Giant. He didn't want to be the giant gun that he was. He just wanted to, you know.
So, okay. I mean, I get it. I get it. It's anti-gun propaganda before...
I can't even say it's more like anti-gun violence, I guess.
Yeah, true. Okay, yeah, there you go. Anti-gun violence before
I can say this: the animated world has had a lot of issues with like voice actors and family members dying due to various reasons. The voice acting world is not any different than the acting world. I feel like there's a lot of death and things that happened in there just as much as there is the regular acting world. But that's the Iron Giant. It's if you haven't seen it, it's beautiful. I quote it often. Check it out by Warner Brothers. Dan?
Oh, yeah. So, as you know, I had to strain my brain a lot to figure these out. So, I'm going to go with a Dragon Ball Z movie.
Okay.
One of the original Dragon Ball Z movies.
Probably I haven't seen this one either.
You ever heard of Garlic Jr.?
Yeah.
Yeah, The Tree of Might.
Never seen it. I just know who Garlic Jr. is.
The Tree of Might was such a good movie. I haven't, albeit I haven't watched it since like 2005. So please don't crucify me for that. But I really enjoyed DBZ, The Tree of Might. It was what actually got me into DBZ and made me go back and watch, Raditz come to Earth and everything else. So
my introduction to Dragon Ball Z was Dragon Ball Z Kai. I watched all of Kai as it came out.
So you didn't watch the original
no.
Toonami?
Nope.
DBZ?
Nope. You know what I watched on Toonami? I watched like Naruto and then Bleach.
Okay.
Back when Naruto was on Toonami, after its Disney run. I think then it was Naruto Shippuden, but yeah.
That almost gets me with the Family Guy. Shapoopy.
The girl whose heart to get.
Yeah. But no, I really enjoyed Dragon Ball Z, The Tree of Might. It was all I wanted in like being a kid, wanting to be a superhero, wanting to have powers. Yeah. No, you don't understand. I stood in my room and would just scream like that for like 20 minutes. My dad would come in there with the belt going, if you don't shut up, I'm going to give you a reason to scream.
Meanwhile, whenever I was watching it as a young 19-something-year-old, I'm like, yeah, Goku needs my help.
I'll give him my power.
Spirit bomb him, Goku. Get it. Yeah, man.
You're giving me like turtle vibes from the. Oh God, I don't even know the movie. I don't know the movie. It's a Disney movie. Bro. The turtle, like the stoner turtle.
Are you talking about? So yeah, you're talking about. Oh my God! Now I've totally forgot it. Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
So there's a whole thing behind that. So sea turtles actually bump into stingrays because the sting that they gives them actually is not so much a sting. It releases off a toxin.
Oh God, and it gets
and
them
so
high,
it does get them high. That's why he acted like that. So he was actually high in the movie, and that is why Crush talked the way he did.
That's great. I appreciate that character so much more now.
Yes, totally worth it.
So I got the Tree of Might off my chest. What's your third one?
Oh my God, my third one had like one of my favorite songs that you've heard me sing out loud. I know you have. You've heard me play it in my car, and it has beautiful animation and has iconic characters.
Okay.
Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. You hear the oh my God, look, now I'm going to mess up the song. You hear the screaming of an owl. You hear the wind begin to howl. You know there's zombies on the prowl. Dude, you talk about the best Scooby-Doo movie. That was that early 2000s Scooby-Doo, for sure, early 2000s Scooby-Doo movies. It's like everybody was doing them. I don't know, there was like 5 or 6 of them right there in a row that were just perfect. And that one was my favorite one of all of them. Like I think those movies span from like the late 80s to the early 2000s, like 2004, 2005. And all of them are just great. The best Scooby-Doo movies. No, you're right. Scooby-Doo, the live action, for sure. Sugar Ray showed up. It was amazing. I like Sugar Ray.
You might like Sugar Ray. That's fine.
La, 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 la.
So for my last one.
No, hang on.
Okay,
before you get into this.
Okay, fine.
I got to hear
I'm jumping the gun.
What's this?
Well, that goes off my last movie.
Then continue.
My last movie is a better Scooby-Doo animated film. Because I'll be honest, I forgot the last one that I was going to mention. Short mind. Anyway, My last one is from 1987, so 2 years before I was born.
Like I
Dating
said, the
myself
late
again.
80s to the early 2000s.
Yeah. Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers.
Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers was good.
Don't you give me that it was good.
It was good. I think in that same
It gave
area,
me nightmares as a child.
Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School was coming out. I think that was a superior Scooby-Doo movie. All the way with Calloway.
Yeah.
God, that I still yell that whenever I swing a golf
Oh,
club.
they had like the rat race thing going. I liked the rat race. It was my thing. But Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers, absolute classic. Shaggy inherits the old Louisiana mansion of his uncle Beauregard.
Because Shaggy's loaded in the movie and also a track star.
Yeah, apparently so.
Well, that's just Shaggy lore,
So this actually, the first scene of the movie, well, it wasn't the first scene. It was the scene where they were driving up to the Beauregard mansion.
Good old.
Yeah, go back.
Yeah.
It was just some guy dressed in a Confederate uniform from the Civil War and just screaming, "Go back!" And it was a really raspy voice, like "Go back,
Go back."
Actually, I wonder. You know what? I'm gonna pull this up really quick.
So it's funny you mentioned
while
that
you're
because
talking, I'm gonna pull this
Scooby-Doo
up.
on Zombie Island also had Confederate soldiers and pirates that showed up on the island, and these people took them, and then they became zombies later. And for reasons, if you haven't seen the movie, look it up. Best Scooby-Doo movie. Best.
If I could type here.
Been having a few drinks today, Dan.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, me either. Definitely didn't take a drink on camera a few minutes ago. But I love the old Scooby-Doo episodes too. They had like which piece of wood is for sure.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Uh.
Sorry, this is totally off kilter, but they had a Johnny Bravo crossover.
Oh yeah, the crossover.
Yeah.
With Johnny Bravo.
I totally forgot about that. So I can't find the exact scene, but they were driving up to the Beauregard mansion. It was a stormy night. The dude with just glowing yellow eyes just go back. It gave me nightmares because
sounds like a Jim Cummings character.
well, no, the fucking it gave me nightmares. Like I slept that night and I dreamed I was a truck driver.
Oh no.
Going down an old dusty ass road, and all of a sudden I came up to these blockades, like the road closed signs we have, but they all had like torches on them, and there was a skull impaled on the middle sign, and it was just screaming, "Go back!"
That's awesome.
It was terrifying to like a 4-year-old, man. It was absolutely terrifying. I think I might have actually wet the bed that night.
My earliest horrible memories or horrible nightmares were there was for sure a snake under my bed, and it was just waiting for me to get out. So I would like stand up on my bed and leap across my room so that way the snake couldn't bite my ankles.
Okay.
And then I would immediately turn around to try to grab it if it did. Yeah.
You just jump. You're like, "Whoa!
Yeah.
There's a snake in my boots and under my bed."
Basically.
So
Look, I've already done like 2 honorable mentions with this. Like I did robots and I did We're Back.
okay, so an honorable mention for me is actually I don't think they did make a movie out of it. Reboot. Reboot. You remember Reboot,
That's
don't
a
you?
thing, not a movie.
Well, they made an animated film.
I don't remember.
Well, this was Toonami.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't watch a lot of Toonami growing up.
So
I watched Toonami once I got into like middle school and high school, and my friends introduced me to it. And that's when I was like, "Ooh, look, Toonami."
So
that's cool.
Reboot, for all of you that don't know, was a series on Toonami that took place inside of what I could only conceive as a computer. Yes, a computer. And every once in a while in an episode, there would be a block descending on the city, and it would just say, game incoming. And they would have to race to get into the game to try to win the game, because if they didn't, that part of the city was deleted.
Nice.
So, and there were times where they didn't beat the game, and the character died, and part of the city was deleted. And it was just a really good, like, computers were just becoming a real thing at that point.
Yeah, the home computer.
Yeah, the
anyway.
home computer was just becoming a real thing. I know we're dating ourselves horribly.
The Dell PC, or are you talking about the Macintosh, the old Apple ones?
I'm talking like the CPU was like this thick, and the monitor was just a giant box that just sat on top of it.
Yeah, it was.
And
the
you
old,
said keyboards.
Hey man, I've thought about buying one of those old computers and turning it into a little sleeper PC.
I've thought about doing that myself, just buying an old beat up tower,
An old white Dell, with zero airflow period.
and just turning it into a sleeper. PCs are awesome. But yeah, Reboot, the movie was the animated movie. I think they made an animated movie, and if they didn't, yet again, get at me in the comment section below, because that was a really good time in my life. Those were the animated series and films that really stuck with me. It was early in my childhood.
I'm surprised you didn't mention one that got released in the last couple of years. The Bob's Burgers movie.
Oh, the Bob's Burgers movie. Dang
You're a
it.
huge Bob's Burgers fan.
I
It's such a good show. I've
know.
become one over the years. My niece and nephews love it.
It's such a good show, man.
Also, the Simpsons movie is another really good one.
The Simpsons movie was really good.
The SpongeBob SquarePants movie, the first one.
The first one, not the newer ones. I'm not a huge fan of the newer ones.
The Fairly Odd Parents Channel Chasers movie, the made-for-TV Channel Chasers movie. God, dude. No one shows it anymore, and I am so tempted to go online and spend so much money to buy it. By so much money, I mean probably about $10.
Probably about $10.
Yeah, I just don't feel like buying it.
Yeah.
It's $10 for something that they should show about once a year on Nickelodeon, but I don't own Nickelodeon. But I do own Paramount Plus, and it should be there, but I don't think it is.
So, any more honorable mentions from you before we wrap this one up?
I can keep going, so I guess no.
We all know you could keep going. But if you have an animated film that wasn't a Disney production or Disney had their hand in any way, shape, or form, get at us in the comment section below. We'd love to hear your list as opposed to ours. Mine was very dated. His was more modern than mine was.
I have several movies more I could list right now.
So we appreciate you giving us your time and enjoying this one with us. And until next time, guys, I'm Dan.
I'm Jake.
Reminding you to share a pour and a movie with your loved ones, because just like those movies,
Memories don't make themselves.